Can I predict Inanimate Insanity Season 4? So in this video, I'll be predicting the elimination order from 20th all the way to 1st place. This video is inspired by Chase Bridges' Can I Predict Total Drama Island? And Starlight Detectives' Can I Solve Who Wins This Adventure Camp 5? So yeah, this is going to be a series of sorts where I basically predict the elimination order after every episode, switch out some predictions of who I think is going to win and who I think is going to be eliminated. And yeah, this is the very first episode, so we're going to be basically creating this elimination order. And yeah, it will be updated throughout the season. So let's start with very last, like dead last. Well, not dead last, there's already 4 people eliminated, but in this prediction, I do think that the next person eliminated is either gonna be Cammy. I mean, he doesn't really have much to do. His whole gimmick is just, I love me phone, and it's getting very old, so I don't really see him making it that far. We also have Microphone. Like, what does she even do? Like, she literally has done nothing throughout this entire season. But I do feel like they brought her back for a reason, so I'm not gonna say she gets eliminated right now, but probably soon. I also think characters like Spiky could be eliminated soon. I mean, he does not really do much. Goo kind of has this concluded arc. I mean, he got his revenge on Trophy, but he can still do more, but I just don't really think he would, considering how many contestants there are. But I do think that out of these 4, Cammy is the next one to leave. We also have Life Ring. Like, he does not really have anything to do. He's more of a support character. He's friends with Goo, I guess, but he's not really doing that much. I do think, at least Spiky has this thing with Teddy Bear. He could have some arc with him. So I don't think, he's eliminated right now. But I will say, I'm gonna say that Goo's the next one to go. I mean, he just does not have anything left to do, after he completed his arc. And I do think that I don't think they'd eliminate Life Ring right after Goo gets out, so I think they'd probably follow up with someone like Microphone. I guess Bonesaw would be gone after, because he just has his whole third person talking gimmick. Like, something I've noticed is that most of these new characters just have a single gimmick, and that's it. I mean, Meepod is basically Teardrop in Inanimate Insanity. We have the popular celebrity who kind of fell off. We have Cammy, the Meephone Glazer, and Bonesaw, who's just Bonesaw. I'm gonna say Cherries gets out next, because I don't think she has that much potential compared to other contestants. She's more of this, comedic relief sort of character. She's more of a side character if anything, Okay, this might be a bit surprising, but I'm gonna say Taco gets out next, because she's been, a very relevant character as a non-competitor, and I don't think she'd be that interesting as a contestant. I mean, sure, she'll make it kind of far, but I don't think she'd make it super far. I do think we'll eventually lose Spiky. I don't see him making it that far. It just doesn't feel like that type of character. But I could be wrong. I'm gonna go with Tea Kettle in this one, because I do think she'll make it kind of far. I mean, she's been kind of relevant throughout the season, and she's an enjoyable character. It doesn't mean she'll make it far, but I do think that they want to keep her for just a bit longer. And I just don't see her making it beyond 10th. I'm gonna go out and say Life Ring gets out here. He doesn't have that many connections in the show. He could easily make new ones, probably with Trophy and Spiky, who just got out in my prediction. But I don't really see him making it further. I'm also gonna put I was gonna put Candle, but it's like I already put two invitational contestants back to back, so I don't think they'd eliminate Candle right after them. I'm gonna go ahead and say Box makes it this far because like she's kind of just a suitcase clone. At least as of now, she's just kind of a suitcase clone, and I just don't think they'd want to, make a character go this far. I also think we'd lose another season 2 contestant, that being Cheesy. I do think Cheesy will make a sort of deep run, not a very deep run, but I'd say this spot is like the right one, 10th. I think in 9th we're gonna just lose Candid eventually. But who knows? I mean, this is just a prediction from episode 5, so like many things could be wrong here, but that's what's fun about this series. Now, I do think we're gonna lose another newbie here, that being Magnet. I feel like Magnet and Pepper are gonna have this pretty long arc throughout the season where, Magnet learns how to just respect Pepper, respect her wishes and just be a good friend to her. I do think that's the arc they're trying to go for, but I do think Pepper would outlast Magnet. And I also think this is the perfect place for Paper to be eliminated because, Paper has made it very far in season 1. Doesn't mean they can't make it far again, but would they really make Paper last this long? Like, I'd say they'd even be out a bit before, but they do have a strong connection with Poppy, and I do think that's enough to let them make it pretty far. I do think we're either losing Soap or Pepper. Soap, is playing the game really hard and wants to make it far. How far? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I do think they are making it decently far in the season. Same with Pepper. They're both having similar arcs in a way, I guess. They both have a drive to win this time around. But I don't know who's going out first. And since we just lost Magnet, I'm gonna say Soap gets out. And I don't really think Teddy Bear is gonna make it to the final 3. I mean, he could easily make it, because of his anger towards losing Belle, but I think that it would last the entire season. I do think it gets resolved eventually, and I do think this is the right spot to eliminate Teddy Bear. Now we've got our final 4. And I think Pepper is being eliminated here. Out of the final 3, we have Trophy, Tapey, and Poppy. Let me explain why each of them are here. Now, Trophy, I think, is gonna play a major role this season. Animation Epic basically confirmed, I don't remember where, but that they said that Trophy is gonna play a significant role in the season. And I really do think he would. I mean, I think this is a season where he gets redeemed. Now, the only question is, would they go ahead and repeat Knife's whole story? And I don't think so. I think they take a different direction with Trophy. I think, they could go a lot of ways with this story and make it a very interesting one. I do think it would be kind of funny if, the first place Trophy won the season. I just think Poppy winning would be too predictable. I mean, she's been the protagonist kind of the season for since the beginning. And I feel like her winning is just too, would they really do it? Would they really make it that predictable? So I think she's gonna get 3rd. And I do think it's a good ending to her story. She's proving herself that, she's not this weird Steve Cobbs clone, but no, she's her own person. And I do think this is the right place for her to be eliminated. And I think the dark horse here is Tapey. I think she's gonna make it very far because she has such an interesting gimmick of being able to save voice recordings. I think that will play a big role in her arc during this season. She has the whole thing with Jack, who I definitely think is gonna rejoin eventually. I just can't really predict when, so I'm not gonna change his placement. But I definitely think Jack is rejoining eventually. And that's gonna boost Tapey to the end. And what I think is gonna happen is, Tapey has been playing very dirty. She's been playing by Jack's rules. And I think eventually she would just, realize that she wants to play for herself and she wants to play her own game, not listen to what Jack says. And she's gonna come out and admit everything just to get second place. I think that's how everything's gonna end. And Trophy is gonna win the season. But like I said, we've only had 5 episodes and everything could easily change. So stay tuned for the next episode where I find out if I was correct with Cami being eliminated and if any of my placements are gonna change. So yeah, thanks for watching.